Hello, friends and family and neighbors, fellow Americans. Today's Thanksgiving Day 2020, and I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to you. It's a day that I have available to actually do what I'm fixing to do. And I want to talk to you today about a new concept, something that came to me last year as I was driving for Lyft in Colorado Springs with all the suicide and depression that's there. And I started a new tour called America Dare to Dream Tour. And it's going to be very unconventional. It's not going to be like a normal tour. This tour is for the communities. This tour is for the individuals. It's not about me. I started writing songs to encourage people. I've got 2 new albums out, 2 singles out on YouTube, Rumble, 37 different streaming services. And the goal is to reach each individual in each community, each organization, each church, and help each community to start looking out and seeing what they have in their community and helping each other. You know, reaching across denominational lines and within the church and different church groups to become the body that the Lord wants and to establish His kingdom. And in the tour, we're going to have other performers join us. We're going to have comedy. We have a theatrical production. We have dance. And, we're going to invite people up to show us what they have. And then to talk about their dreams, to talk about what the Lord's doing in their life, and to share their testimony so that maybe somebody out in the audience will be blessed, will be encouraged to go for their dreams. A lot of this, we hope, is going to be done open air, out in parking lots, especially with the pandemic, but also inside in different venues. It's my hope that we can join and work with other organizations in these communities. But I also know that we're going to be funding some of this ourselves through sponsors, through advertisers, through my books and music, and also through an invention that I have. So regardless, one way or another, we're going to get this done. And I don't know how the Lord's going to put it all together. I don't know if we need to go out there first and then others are going to join. We're going to start a prayer group here in Boerne, Texas. There is already a lot of interest here in Boerne and San Antonio. This is not just a Christian thing, although it's probably going to be a lot of Christians in it. We're going to pray together and we're going to strategize. We're going to try to see how we can help each community and see what connections that we have. One of the things that I've faced over the last few years as we've been traveling and touring and singing in different places is I've reached out to churches ahead of time before we got there through email. And I asked the churches, I said, we don't need any money. We're going to be there. We're going to be there for one day and then we're going to be gone. Could you please just send a person or 2 to be there in case somebody we reach and that wants help and that wants some mentoring. And that's what the local church is supposed to be for. See, we all have different gifts. 1 Corinthians 12 says we all have different gifts and talents. And when we start working together to help each other, then there's no competition. Then there's, my dream, I need others to help me to see it fulfilled. Your dream, you need others to connect to see yours fulfilled. None of us are an island by ourselves. And so the whole goal is to see the whole body come together. Last year in 2019, the Lord started talking to me about dreams, and that's how my song Dare to Dream came about. We filmed it in Colorado Springs. We have the music video. We also have a lyric video. And, this is America. Our rights are being challenged right now. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and stuff like that. But right now, we still live in a country that is relatively free. Other people from other countries want to come here. They give up everything with an opportunity and a chance to live their dreams. And so what the Lord started talking to me about, because of all the suicide and depression and the drug overdose, he says, start talking to people about their dreams. Because whether they're a Christian or not, everybody's got a dream. Everybody's had a dream. Maybe they're broken right now. But all it takes is a spark to get the fire going again. And he said, introduce me to them and say, hey, would you like to know what your God-given dream is? Psalm 139 says there's a book written in heaven about each of us, about his wonderful plans for our life. And I thought things were going to start in Colorado Springs. We started doing some library meetings where I was speaking and doing some music. And then COVID came and shut everything down. And I was supposed to go to Washington, D.C. the 4th of July. Everything shut down there. And so we came south where it's warmer, where people still get out. Up in Colorado, people hibernate. They don't come out for things. So, and it's hard to do anything out in the snow, right? You're just out there freezing. So I started going down to the River Road Park here in Boerne, and people started stopping by and say, hey, you need to go here, you need to do this. We'd love to have your music here. We'd love to have you reaching out with others. And so we're going to start a group. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to happen, but if you go to my website, joseph-james.net, check the itinerary page, check out any new pages that come up, and message me on Facebook. I'm on Parler, I'm on MeWe, I'm on Rumble, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Seems like you got to be on all of them now. But somehow we'll get this going. And I just wanted to put a preliminary video out so that people that see it can understand a little bit about what we're doing. I've got a couple oil and gas companies that are interested in sponsoring the tour as well. As you know, oil and gas suffered greatly by the banks. They're not lending, and there's some stuff going on with that to correct all that so that they can get their money and so that we can continue on in an uninterrupted society and our economy can keep going. So we have things in the works. We're going to need helpers. We're going to need people to join us. We're going to do some talent contests, some open mics, just to get the local team and entertainers there to come on the stage and share their stuff so that each community can see what they have. If I know what your dream is, it's quite possible I might be able to help you in it, or I may know somebody that does. But if we never share our dreams, if we never share our testimonies with each other and become real, we have no clue. We could be sitting next to the person in a meeting or walking next to them in a grocery store, and they have the answer to what we need, or maybe we have the answer to what they need, and if we never talk, we don't know. And so open door opportunities can be there all the time, right around us. We're praying for them. Lord, give me an open door, and that person walks by. We're all doors. We're all doors into connections to those that we know. We can be open doors or we can be closed doors. Sometimes it's good to be a closed door because evil is trying to connect with somebody else. Sometimes we need to be open doors because it's God's purpose. It's what we've been praying for. So we'll be getting a tent. We'll be using generators in the open air areas. We have LED stage lights, and we'll have some booths set up so people can rent booths. You can promote your businesses, you can promote your services, you can promote your organization, your ministry, whatever you want. And so all of that is going to go to help fund the group that is touring, that goes around from town to town. We're going to have people in different towns and communities set up to organize and do things. This is not going to be a, quote, religious thing where you got to do things by the book. It's like, no, we're all about relationship with the Lord. Each one of us should have a relationship with the Lord. It's not about the do's and don'ts. It's about introducing people to Him. You know, it's His goodness that leads to repentance. And if people can see Him in us helping one another, then they get a truer picture of who He is. And I've got a song I wrote last year called Broken Pieces. And it's about this great masterpiece being put together, but people, these little places in this masterpiece keep being pulled out. And so you have this distorted view of this masterpiece. But by His grace and His mercy, He's going to start putting us back into those places where we join with each other. And what you're going to see is a beautiful portrait of Jesus' face that the whole world can see. And I was talking with somebody the other night. You know, the problem with our country and our world is not the lost. It's not even the evil. The problem is, it's the church. And I'm not coming down on the church. I'm just stating some facts here. Look at the state of the body of Christ. When you have a church on almost every corner, and those churches don't speak to one another. In fact, some of them criticize the other. They throw stones at the others. And the lost are on the outside looking in, and they're going, why would I want to be a part of that? My life is already a living hell as it is. I don't need to come into something more where people are attacking each other and putting each other down. And so as we come together, and I think with music and entertainment, comedy and theatrical productions, it's outside. People are drawn to the entertainment, to the arts. And we have a chance to come together as the Holy Spirit puts us together, each one of us in our places according to the gifts that He's placed in us. You know, somebody may have a song, somebody may have a comedy. There may be people out in the audience that have the gift of discernment. They can prophesy. Maybe the Lord will show them a piece of somebody's vision that He has for their life, and they can share it with them. Maybe somebody needs deliverance from demons. Maybe somebody just needs a hug and needs to be loved. It doesn't take a lot. It's just being there. It's just being there with each other and helping one another. Some people have gifts in business, entrepreneurs, business owners. Some are lawyers. Some can give legal help. You see where I'm going with this? And, you know, when we start helping others, help starts coming back to us. And everybody is interconnected in every vision and dream that God has for each of us and for our generation. But we've got to find out what it is. We've got to be willing to talk with each other. And if we disagree on some things, let's set that aside. But let's walk together where we do agree. You know, there's one thing I would like to see in the church. I've been in many different churches in my life. I've been a youth pastor, led some cell groups, led worship. And Shanice and I, we've done a lot. We've been through a lot. We've got her story out there in her biography with all the miracles. We're working on her movie as well. But the thing I'd really love to see is, instead of a church being formed for a certain vision or for a certain segment and everybody just coming to support that one vision, and I'm not saying anything's wrong in that, where something's wrong in it if that's all it is. It's about supporting that, and there's nothing coming back this way to help each individual to realize their God-given dreams and visions, to have the support. You know, there's people in each church that the Lord wants to raise up in a kingdom business. But if there's no support system there, if all that we're doing is going out into the world system to try to get all that done, there's going to be a lot of failure. But what if? What if there's some CEOs and business owners, and they get together and they start helping those that have visions to build businesses, and they use the wisdom that they gain from the Lord to pass it on? What if there's a legal team of lawyers that they do their jobs on the outside, but they're also there to help? And what if there's some prophetic people there that see in to those scrolls that are in heaven, and we start helping each other out? Well, this is what I see. And then you have your timing. Then you have teaching. You have all of these different gifts. I'm just using business here as one example, but you have teaching the kids, teaching the young ones in the Lord. Where's the kingdom going? Why are we here in this generation? Why am I here in America right now? Why wasn't I born in Africa? Why am I here? What is my purpose, Lord? What is your purpose where you are? And we need to come back to that. So I want to wrap this up. I don't want this to be a very long video segment, but I wanted to get everything in there. So we're just going to start. If you want to, go to my website. You can go to GameChangersUniversal.com. That's our production site. We have publishing, production, music, all kinds of things there. We even have a magazine. We only did one edition of it, but it's called Undaunted. And I don't know how this thing's going to grow. I just know we have room for a lot of people to come on board and be a part of what they need to do with their lives. And I think it's going to be an adventure. I think it's going to be fun. I think we can come together and ask the Lord each time, what would you have us do today, Father? How would you have us pray? And I believe we're going to touch this generation. I believe that once they see the love in us, that we really care. And we're just not saying, hi, how are you doing? And just continue walking on, but we're going, hi, how are you doing? How is your day going? And when I'm driving for Lyft, one of the questions I ask that really gets people's attention is, what is your dream for your life? And they're almost like taking a double take. It's like, and some of them go, well, why are you asking? We have this mistrust, but when they see that I'm sincere, and some of them even go, like the ones that are going to college and stuff, some of them are going, I don't know. It's okay to try different things. It's like, make a checklist. I think I want to do this with my life. Go out and try it. Because if you exit off, that's one less thing that you even need to ponder. And so I think we can get together. I think we can develop some stuff. I wrote a book last year and published it called Dreamers, Inc. It's on my website. It's you can get it on Kindle. There's a whole bunch of questions in a study guide at the back. The book is mainly questions, and it's asking you, what are your talents? What are your gifts? And it's great for groups to come together. That's one way to get rid of depression and suicide and drug use, is to start bringing people in and start asking them what their dreams are. And find out where they fit. Find out what turns them on. And let's start being there for each other. We're Americans. Some of us are Christians. But we're all neighbors. We're here in this country. This country believes in dreams. It's why it was established. It was a dream where people could come and live the dream that they wanted, or that they wanted to pursue with the Lord. And I pray that this tour gets us back to it. I pray that people take from what I just said and start using it in their communities. I'm not the king of anything. I don't have to be over anything. I just have to share what the Lord gives me to share and then people can take it and go from there. So God bless you. Have a great Thanksgiving, and if you're seeing this from sometime in the future, God bless you. Be blessed in your journey. I pray that the Lord shows you His plans, His wonderful plans for your life, and also pray that the angels help open the doors for us. They hinder any distractions from coming to us and open doors where we need to be so that we can connect, so that we can help one another, so that we can change our generation and build a better future for our kids and our grandkids and those to come. So that's all for now, and I'll talk to you soon, either on video. We're thinking about doing some Zoom calls, and see you on the road.